Alright, welcome back to the Project Celeste Community Challenge. We've got Alundra in the red trunks up against EKA in the yellow. EKA on Norse, Alundra on Babylonian. We're here on Tudoberg Forest. So our players not going to have access to a huge amount of resources, and the map is quite small, quite congested. But over the back here, if you chop through here, you get access to more resources. And often in these little side paths, there's also more to fight over as well. So the player's quite snug and safe to start with, but it's quite a short rush distance between your starting hunts generally, because they're usually somewhere around here, towards the front of your base, towards your opponent, and this little choke point of death. X marks the spot. So Alundra, early barracks. EKA, not far behind. Babylonian, obviously, having the advantage. They don't have to gather as much wood early on. EKA having to get more wood just to get his storehouse here. Actually, EKA's been extremely lucky here. That's a ridiculously good hunt there at the back. So Alundra not going to be able to punish that. He'll have to punish EKA eventually having to move out. And Alundra does get the benefit. Oh, they might. Oh, is there not one there? That's a bit of a shame. Does have the benefit of being Babylonian, so upping and moving is much better for him. EKA with an idle scout there. Don't know what he's doing. Just keeping watch. Looking out. Alundra waiting at the gates. He does get the first bit of damage off. He does get the second spear there first as well. So this will be good for him. EKA's going to have to retreat here. Obviously, doesn't have to go too far. EKA a little bit rusty on Norse by the looks of things. Bringing the scout in to help as well. A nice tank. I'm just scouting out the maps. There's a lot of food over on this left side. I haven't really had much of a look over here, but not as much. So, Alundra's scout falling there. I mean, sorry, EKA's scout falling there. Alundra. He's just trying to contain EKA here, because EKA is eventually going to have to shift to the berries, even though this hunt is nice and safe. Alundra keeps his pressure up. They go to age 2 at roughly the same time. EKA's going to have to try and move here, or he's going to move to the berries, and that'll cut into his gather rate, which will hurt. Alundra with a good number of spears here, trying to focus down individual spears of EKA's. Fighting on top of the barracks. Not all that great though, because Alundra taking a bit of town center fire there. EKA has baited out this fight well. Couple of low spears there, still surviving too, so Alundra's going to want to try and finish them off, which he will do, but it's a little bit late. EKA able to get hunting dogs, take advantage of that, because he does have that double hunt. I mean, Alundra could possibly go to it as well, and ooh, is he going to get caught here? He does see it. Oh no, this is really unfortunate for Alundra. EKA scouting this. This is huge. I probably should have done a rematch, because EKA had that safe hunt and Alundra didn't. It's the only problem with these sorts of maps. Oh no, Alundra, get out of there. He's trying to train villagers through this. Got his age 2 on the way. EKA still in age 1. Making more spearmen. Alundra retreating. Getting Picker's Gloves straight away. Probably could just even interrupt the stone. Gather a bit more food so he's got the next villager in time. $20 villagers to 21 in favour of Alundra. Obviously Babylonian does have the advantage of their town centre. Just, I mean, their age up coming from a building rather than interrupting town centre production. EKA trying to just contain his opponent here. Alundra's just going to go for the really risky town center placement. Just cancel it and go for it at the back. Put it on your gold mine. Alundra, no, don't do this. He's still going to keep trying. Yeah, he's getting bears. He's going to continue to make spears here, though. Alundra really probably should just cancel this rather than trying to get it finished, because he's at such a big, you know, military disparity here. So he's going to bleed villages. Bearer falls. They are under town center fire. But Alundra doesn't have enough villages here, and he is just letting these ones fall to get this. This is a huge loss for him. He's getting more bearers. Adding more villages here to finish this off, but he's lost a lot of villages. 16 villages to 23 now. He's actually up by a villager earlier. Now he's down by a number of villages. This is not great. EKA's going to be able to try and contain his opponent. He sets up production and towers here. He's got access to so many more resources. Alundra could possibly chop through here. He can see the deer back. Oh, I think EKA's the one that can actually see the deer back here. I don't think he's... I think it was EKA's scout that saw that. So stables here for Alundra. Gonna want to try and add some bowmen as well, but tower's obviously going to be stronger against the bowmen than they will against any of the melee. I wonder if a tower there could actually reach that gold mine. EKA's going to try and rush the gold, because he knows Alundra will be hurting for resources at the moment. In fact, if he puts it over the back here, it can't be reached by Alundra. I think he's waiting on the wood to do it. He's got plenty of stone, sitting on one town center and still gathering more stone, even though he's at 400. So he can go for towers and a TC here once he gets the wood. Range on the way for EKA. Interesting choice. Stables in range here for Alundra. Double villager production for him versus EKA's single villager production. So that's going to be Alundra's saving grace here. 27 villagers to EKA's 30. EKA obviously able to produce a lot more military at the moment, but that may change. Alundra on another gold mine. And he knows he just needs to clear this out. And that is an expense for EKA. They'll ultimately have to try and defend here. So EKA's got to be careful to not spread himself too thin. Alundra's got to be careful that he doesn't let any one resource get, you know, too pinned down for him to gather. Like, he needs to make sure he can control this gold mine until he clears this out to get back on the other gold. So he's going to add bear. It's not a bad choice, considering there's already skirmishes in production here for EKA. Hasn't got any bowmen of his own yet, Alundra. But he is going to need to be careful here. Alundra probably wants to actually fight with these villagers too, or just gather through this because he can't afford not to. So EKA, he's being pushed back a little bit. The lance is really quite versatile against this army here. Only the spears trade well against the lances. The throwing axemen and skirmishers deal basically no damage to them. There is this other clump of units coming though, so if EKA brings everything together, he's scary for Alundra. He's got triple unit production though, so he's not faring too badly. He probably just wants to tower up here and here, and he can control this. EKA's going to try and take the fight. It'll be a little bit awkward, and Alundra's getting plenty of gold out of this, so he can interrupt momentarily and just make sure everything's safe. Units chasing the villagers, his units not taking the fight, but now there's a lot of skirmishes. A few more throwing axemen in the mix as well. So 37 vills to 37. Alundra on even footing in economy at the moment. Gonna try and gather from over here. Actually, you could send the villagers and go and kill the TC. So he's actually, I mean, kill the guard tower. So he's gonna try and do that. EKA's obviously gonna collapse over here on all this with his guard towers. But he's still holding up his second town center. 38 vills to 39 in favor of Alundra, even though he's losing villagers to this. He's training them in time. But it doesn't matter. He'll clear this out. He's got access to gold now. EKA doing a good job at containing his opponent here. And just getting out on the map, gathering everything. I mean, you don't really get a choice in this map. If you want to stay on the hunt, you've got to play very expansively. I'm just needing to add some houses here. And also, maybe try and get on this berries. Obviously, that guard tower's there now. That makes it a bit difficult. So he's having to transition to farms already. He's doing a good job. Just needs to keep everyone working at the moment. Just hope for the best. He's out producing villagers at the moment. So 44 vills to 42. Even if the TCs are, I mean, even if the towers are occasionally taking some. I don't exactly. Oh, okay. It's a bit of a smoke screen here. So this is an interesting choice by Alundra. He'll lose a couple of villagers for this, but at the same time, he's actually kept EKA trying to focus that down. Trying his luck to try and break out of here. Now there's another tower there from EKA. The whole army's not actually fighting this. There's plenty of lancers left behind here. There's just enough to take all this out for EKA here. Alundra, a little bit of wood in the bank so he can start farming in this position, but he needs to not lose too much here. EKA's just trying to produce through this. Still on 1 TC, but going to age 3 now. He'll be able to get berserkers, get horsemen, units that are really tough for Babylonian to deal with. GG. EKA takes the game. So unfortunately for Alundra, EKA kind of did have a BS hunt. Would have been nice if Alundra had one as well, or if I just decided to restart it.